What trend did you follow as a kid that makes you cringe now? You guys remember in the early mid 2000s when we all had graphic tees with stick figures that said sarcastic things? Yeah. I was hoping you guys forgot. I had a shirt that said you laugh because I'm different. I laugh because you're all the same. The irony here is that I was still trying to fit in with the alternative kids and the shirt was part of the uniform. I had one that said zombies eat brains. You are safe. I had one that said I don't argue, I just explain why I'm right. I was so full of it when I was really young. I literally saw a shirt that said that yesterday. It was tea-dyed too. Oh, mine was white text on a black shirt, so it was extra edgy. I had one where it said, if zombies are chasing us I'm tripping you. I had one that said, when I want your opinion, I'll remove the duct tape from your mouth. Silence is golden, duct tape is silver. I used to wear those black button-down shirts with fire at the bottom, like the kind Guy Fieri wears. I don't know if it was an actual trend or not, but it still makes me cringe. You were in Flavortown and didn't even know it. Thanks for the silver, gold and platinum Reddit members. Guy slavers a bullet in sauce as he loads it into the barrel. He presses the tip to your skull. One last trip brother, to Flavortown. Into the barrel, Guy kills people with a black powder muzzle loader. It adds that spice he needs for flavor. Or he tried to grode open an old Gulfstream trailer and then got his grade 10. The obnoxious kid in our homeroom wore those. He also had red spiked hair. Did he also wear a chain necklace with a dragon pendant? Or was that just me? I did. And I'm a female. So flame dress instead, and dragon chain necklaces from Hot Topic. Neon fishnet fingerless gloves. Mom told me I'd be embarrassed about in the future. Mom was right. This blew up more than I expected. I feel like we're all chatting in a bar somewhere, and I love it. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. How can we save our own kids from the embarrassment? No, wait, why would we try? We can harness that embarrassment later. The important thing is to make sure they know that they are going to be embarrassed about it without actually dissuading them from doing it. That way it's embarrassing, but also you get the I told you so. And take plenty of pictures. Totally. My mom would often take pictures and say, oh, you're going to love this picture when you're 30. Me last year with my daughter, trying to take a nice sibling photo on one of the kids' birthdays. There she is smack bang in the middle, whipping some psych fidget spinner moves and poses. I thought that said my last year with my daughter, and I was strapping in for an emotional roller coaster. Being mean to the slightly annoying kid just trying to fit in. Oof. I remember being slightly mean to another kid for that reason. He was also in my Boy Scout troop, where we got along fine, because it wasn't school. One day him and his father got in a car crash, and he didn't make it. It was the first funeral I ever attended, and I cried hard. I talked to his dad years later, and he was still a shell of man. Try not to make life hard for each other is what I learned. It's too short. I'm glad you got along fine with him in Boy Scouts and saw him as a friend. He would have appreciated it. Sometimes, kids and adults care way too much about being cool that they forget about things that truly matters. I dunno, I had friends that were chill when we were alone and total dickwads when with other people. I didn't appreciate that very much. Those nylon breakdancing pants with all the zippers. Those zippers hurt. Now where did I leave my keys? Pats myself down. They were in one of these dozens of pockets. Unfortunately, the zippers themselves are heavy and make noise, so you can't even find the keys by shaking the pants leg. Parachute pants. Purchased a pair at Chess King when I was 13. I had two guys belly shirts from Chess King. I was so boss back in the 80s. I honest to God had a mullet and I wore cut off tank tops. If it was in the 80s, then you just had hair that was short on the front and long in the back. It didn't have a name back then. And I cut mine down to a rat tail, so don't feel bad. If it was in the 80s, then you just had hair that was short on the front and long in the back. It didn't have a name back then. We called them mullets back in the 80s. Wearing skirts over jeans. I was doing so good until this comment. Brings back memories of what used to be my coolest outfit: Hannah Montana shirt with a Sharpie drawn beard and mustache, plaid skirt, skinny jeans, skater shoes, probably arm warmers, fingerless gloves of some sort too. That style is adorable. I had a long belt that hung down over my crotch like an elephant trunk. Also wore gym shorts under my jeans for pickup games, even though I only ever played 3v3 with my friends on the weekend. Lol. I remember that trend with the belt. We had a rule in my middle school that our belts had to be the proper length, and I once got in trouble for having a belt hang down. Had to be the braided leather. I forgot about that ridiculous look. The emo scene trend of the early 2000s. I was in high school, I'm black female, and wearing band t-shirts, going to tiny, packed concerts, jumping around in the mosh pit, and meeting band members made me feel unique. I even met Brendan Urie when he was a baby-faced 18-year-old on their first big tour with Fall Out Boy, and felt really cool talking about it after they blew up. I remember taking emo pictures of myself with my flip phone and putting them on MySpace. I even titled them emo pics of me. A word to I appreciate all the love, y'all. I was far from ever being cool, still am not remotely cool, but definitely grew out of the music and so-called lifestyle. 3. I have never had so many replies. I'm in the middle of a big move, but I promise you, fellow emo kids, I'll read them all. I know we're all adults now, but I'm still so jealous that you met Brendan Urie. I still listen to Panic and MCR on the daily. I even titled them emo pics of me. Nice. Now that we're adults, all of our emo is on the inside. Internally crawl in my ski Late 90s when everything had stripes on the side. Shirts, jeans. Yeah, that and the bull chain necklace. I had not one, but two bull chain necklaces of different diameters and a large bull chain wallet which I was made to throw out prior to entering a Blink-182 concert. Yep. Literally all of these things are coming back, haha. In 8th grade to sophomore year, the emo and scene queen phase was huge. I was that one emo girl who had to shop at Kohl's. I've loved all of these stories. You guys are too funny. I'm so glad I found the wants to be emo, but my mom won't take me to the mall community. The Avril Lavigne clothing line at Kohl's? Because same. To y'all, the Abby Dawn store is alive and well. Memory lane. I had a white, but like, partially see-through shirt from that line, and my mom always called it my skin disease shirt and made me wear a cami under. I'm cracking up so hard because if I was a kid I'd be so annoyed, but as an adult, like, I get it. I get you, mom. Oddly enough, I know the exact type of shirt you're talking about. Dude, I lived in the Abby Dawn line back then. Y'all, I had dyed raccoon tails in my hair, remember? I always wanted that. My mother and my hairdresser both refused to let me have it. Haha. Nothing said suave like a popped collar on a Ralph Lauren polo shirt. You mean you only had one collar? All the cool kids I knew wore at least 2 polos. The coolest wore 3, usually hot pink, neon green, and electric blue. They've got so many popped collars they look like the Cabbage Patch Kids logo. Nah bro, that's female genitalia. I still see people that wear their polos with popped collars. Why? Mostly older European men who smell strongly of aftershave at my gym who work out in them. Polo shirts are actually meant to be worn with a popped collar. They were designed to be easy to play tennis in and to protect the neck from sun. Culturally, we think of popped collars as dowgy, since the polo shirt is associated with a frat bro image. It's actually very functional. They aren't terrible workout clothes either, since they're short-sleeved and breathable. Granted, popping your collar indoors is just posturing. Some kind redditor has popped my silver virginity over this popped collar comment. Thanks fellow redditor. For me, JNCOs. I wanted a chain wallet, but my mom won't let me have one. I now understand why. I was only allowed to get the Sears knockoff JNCO jeans when all of my friends were wearing real ones. So, yeah, it wasn't great. Another comment just reminded me that what I had was in fact utility brand JNCO knockoffs from Target. I had knockoff of the knockoff ones. They were Paco. I had JNCOs and a chain wallet. that I made longer with a dog choker chain. Went down to my ankles. I was not nearly as cool as I convinced myself I was. Brightly colored plaid Bermuda shorts. The 2000s were a strange time, thanks for silver kind stranger. Fun fact, brightly colored Bermuda shorts are considered appropriate business attire to wear with a shirt and tie in Bermuda. No joke. You weren't following a trend. You were just a few hundred miles northwest of your spiritual homeland. Live in Bermuda, can confirm. Just gotta make sure you have the knee socks. As a Bermudan, this is hilarious. Spot on, brother. I'm also from Bermuda. 7 of the 14 words in your comment were dedicated to making sure they knew you were from Bermuda. 19 of the 19 words in your comment were dedicated to making sure you'd fram 420 knew that you knew that he wanted all of us to know that he was from Bermuda. I'm from Bermuda and can confirm. In Bermuda all the sophisticated businessmen wear bright pink and blue Bermuda shorts during the summer and no one bats an eye. The Ed Hardy t-shirts. Teenagers actually wore those? I thought they were only for cheesy CA guys. Unfortunately I was one of those teenagers. I had an all-white hoodie with gold Ed Hardy designs and a glittery red hat to match. I wore that with my apple bottom jeans and my pastry brand gold fur boots. Woo. Spelling. Apple bottom jeans boots with the furs. This was huge in Germany. Then it was marketed to death, where you could get air mattresses in Ed Hardy designs. It died pretty fast then.